Hey, what's up, tubers? This is HTF Hunter. We'll do a little bit of business. First and foremost, I haven't released my boar hunting videos yet. I'm going to this week. I've been having some problems finding them on my SD card and editing them into one video. So I'm probably going to release one each day or something. And I'll probably make another video to do like an overview and tell you what all happened during the boar hunting trip. But today I wanted to do this about Virginia and things that's been going on. So unless you've been you just hide under a rock and don't watch the news, I guess you know everything that's going on here in Virginia. And I wanted to touch on some of that today. This ain't no other way to put this. You know, this whole thing with the Democrats and the governor of Virginia is called a social media shitstorm. There's no other way to put that. There's no nice way to put that. And I've tried to refrain from cussing on my videos. You know, you gotta call it how you see it a lot of times. But I had to write a few notes down here. But so basically, you know, Virginia Senate Bill 16 is the assault weapon ban. Virginia Senate Bill 64 is the militia ban, and this all, you know, they first started off with Senate Bill 16, and then to cover that they used the Senate Bill 64, the militia ban. This is a direct assault on the Second Amendment, and from kind of what I gather, you know, it seems like the government passes laws to protect the government. It's like a machine. It's trying to protect itself. I don't think they even really care about the citizens. They're trying to protect themselves and their jobs. And that's what I'm seeing today here in Virginia. That's what they're doing. That's what the Democrats do. They're trying to protect themselves. And so if they come up with an assault weapon ban, they know people still got them. So now they want to do a militia ban to, you know. And I was told that this militia ban, I haven't did research yet, but this militia, I call it the militia ban. The Senate Bill 64 was written back in the, I don't know, 80s or 90s, and they've reworded it a little bit. And I think this is one of them bills that they don't really allow it, they don't enforce until it's convenient for the state to enforce it, you know, type thing. But so yeah, that's that. That's a direct assault on the Second Amendment. The red flag law, I don't know if it's in Senate Bill 16, but the red flag law that they're proposing also, that's an assault on the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment. I mean, the red flag law is probably the scariest of all of them. But and then here recently, we got Senate Bill 67. It's saying that any law enforcement who refuses in conjunction with other law enforcement who refuse to comply with gun laws, you know, who refuse to, I guess, prosecute, you know, American citizens or Virginia citizens, or, you know, arrest them for having these weapons. It's a bill to remove them from office, like sheriff's department. You know, your sheriff and anybody else that refuses, that works for the state or gets paid by state, or so it's like they're just they're making laws to protect themselves, basically. And there's even another one. I haven't did a lot of research on it. I've just seen a little bit about it. A Virginia Democrat, some woman, come up with a bill to use credit card companies to be able to track purchases, firearm purchases. I guess in Virginia, or maybe even parts. You know, they kind of cracking down on gun builders, like AR-15 builders and 80% builders, stuff like that. So they're not leaving anything unturned this time. But one of the things I want to talk about is this is called social media frenzy. And I'm trying not to get too wrapped up about it just yet, because none of this is passed. You know, and here in my county, everybody's been kind of laxed about it, or lay back and relaxed, because our second amendment sanctuary passed last May or June. So we've been, the citizens around here, I hear a little bit of talk about it, but not much. So, these other counties, you see these huge groups of people showing up at the courthouse. And that didn't happen in my county because we were the first, and probably not many people knew about it. But so what I've been seeing on social media, and me being from Virginia, like 75 to 80% of people, friends on my friend list, are from Virginia on Facebook. So I've been seeing all kinds of stuff. Some of these get blown way out of proportion, like the militia band. It says something about training other people to intimidate or later on hurt other people, and I think it's been twisted around on social media to like if you're doing martial arts, you're training somebody to hurt somebody, like a militia style or something. And even firearms training, it's like that's, they can use this against people who do firearms training. And I think that's kind of been blown way out of proportion. As far as the assault weapon ban, I don't think there's nothing really blown out of proportion on that. And there's also been, talk of the governor's going to use, they said the governor is going to use National Guard to disarm Virginians. There's just not that many National Guard to do that. And if for anything like the Army Reserves, only about half of them show up when it's time to go. And then, if I'm an Army Reservist and I refuse orders to disarm Virginian citizens or American citizens, I'm sure there's a lot of National Guardsmen going to do the same thing, because it's unconstitutional. And so okay, so we covered. I'm trying to think of one of the other lies I've been seeing. So yeah, and that was just something I think the Attorney General said. He said the governor has that option. It hadn't been written in the bill. Another thing that I think is totally bullcrap that I've been seeing on Facebook and wherever, and this stuff gets blown way out of proportion, is the fact that the governor is going to cut electricity and communications and all this to do the gun ban, to confiscate people's firearms. That's just unreal. I just don't believe that. It's an unsubstantiated bullshit lie. But anyway, so there's just not enough. There's not enough law enforcement and our National Guard to come door to door and confiscate our firearms. And even if they cut communication, you're probably going to hear some gunfire here in the hills of Virginia. I told you on another video that Virginians ain't ready for radical change, or not rural Virginians. Maybe some of the people up north have accepted their fate in these laws, and you can look at our flag. It says "Sic Semper Tyrannis," thus unto tyrants, or some people say "death unto tyrants." But it's a picture of a person standing on top of a king's chest. So yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of Virginians through history. In the Civil War and the Revolutionary War. So they started something with a state that has history, and I don't know how far this thing's going to go, but yeah. And while I'm talking, I'm gonna try not to. This is gonna be a longer video than I already anticipated, but one of the other things, the Virginia Citizens Defense League, and they do this every year on Martin Luther King Day, and the reason they do it on Martin Luther King holiday is because there's more parking in Richmond in the streets and whatever. They have a lobby day. Like I say, this is not the first time they've had it. They've had it many years, but this is going to be the biggest one. And I've even debated on whether or not I should go, because I've learned that, usually nothing good comes out of being in large crowds of angry people. And so if you got a bunch of conservative firearms owners, Christians, whatever, all gathered up in this big mass, Antifa's probably going to be there trying to instigate trouble. So, there's going to be a lot of people in Richmond that day. And I'm debating on whether or not I should even go. Another thing, there's been a lot of drama on social media. Patriots attacking Patriots is like, even here on YouTube, there's people from other states coming into Richmond on January 20th. And this one guy's like, man, yeah, we're the militia. I'm bringing my militia boys. We're coming full battle rattle. And the president of Virginia Citizens Defense League don't want militias coming in full battle rattle or whatever. And that's another thing I seen on Facebook. There's a lot of Facebook pages that popped up, when this thing started. One of them was like Second Amendment Sanctuary Counties of Virginia. And within like 2 days, a day or two, that Facebook page had like 20,000 new members in like 2 days. And if I don't forget, or if I'm going to put some of the Facebook pages down below, and you can see the ones I've been watching and seeing. My local pages haven't been quite as active here in the past, I don't know, couple weeks, but so I'm going to post some Facebook pages down below so you can see what's happening. And the biggest one's going to be that Second Amendment Sanctuary for Virginia. There's another called Virginia Patriots, and then there's one for a local city and a local county that I'm going to put down below. But going back to the whole, the Virginia, about how you dress when you show up, that they was like, yeah, we don't want people to think they're, we don't want people to think you're just a bunch of hillbillies, militia coming out of the woodworks type thing. We want you to be dressed in business casual, and I got thinking, maybe they need to see a bunch of rough and ready men and women coming into Richmond. Maybe that's what they need to see. And, send them a real message. Like, this could turn bad if y'all keep on the course you're going. Tell the Democrats, if this is the course you want to take, this could go bad for you. And so, I got a couple of ride or die friends I was deployed with are talking about going. And, if they go, I'll probably definitely go, because, just because of them. They're people I know who's got my back, and that's the kind of people you want to roll with, your ride or die friends. So they got my back, I got their back, and if they want to go, then I'll be there in January 20th. But if not, I probably won't be, because I don't want to be in a mob. I kind of, stuff like this could turn into like Charlottesville, Virginia again, and I don't want to be in the middle of some mass violence, nobody, with mass confusion, just an angry mob of people fighting, shooting, whatever happens, I don't know. But I guess this video is long enough. This is the SHTF Hunter. I'm out.